Good afternoon, boys and girls. My name is Tron, but I also go by the Throne. Um, I'm not much of a video blogger. I've mentioned that before. But what I am is a angry Star Wars fan that seems to only be making Star Wars videos. So this is another one. In trolling through other videos about Star Wars and my frustration in kind of consoling myself with other pissed off Star Wars fans, I come across some people who want to defend this movie, which is fine, You know, I find myself defending the Force Awakens with some people. You know, I can understand why some people feel the need to defend this movie, and that's cool. But I think this movie is just bad. I think I saw a video from somebody else who did one, and it was really good. And I can't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry. Hopefully, if you can find it, I think it's something titled like "Why the Last Jedi is Objectively a Bad Film." And he really goes in. Has more experience in the film industry, and he goes in and step by step explains why the Last Jedi just isn't a good movie. And that's not to say that you can't enjoy a bad movie, because in one of my comments of the other videos, I mentioned how I there's bad movies that I like. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, blah 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 blah. You can go on and on. There's bad movies that I like, and then there's some good movies that I don't like. Like, you can sit me down in front of one of the greatest movies that you think, and it might not be my thing. So I can still recognize that it's a produced movie, a well written movie. It just might not be my thing. So this isn't necessarily to attack anybody who likes The Last Jedi, because that's not what I'm out to do. Now, what I am out to do is to make the point that The Last Jedi did indeed ruin Star Wars, and whether we go to the point of saying it killed Star Wars, where Star Wars can never bounce back from this, I won't go that far. I think it's I know that the Game of Thrones people are doing something, and maybe that revive it or whatever. But the last piece of work, the most important thing that came out for us consumers, was The Last Jedi, and it was horrible. And more than just being a horrible film, and which I'm trying to get to is, so I saw the trailer for the Han Solo movie, right? The Star Wars Han Solo movie, and I actually liked the trailer, right? So normally, had this not been for The Last Jedi, I would be excited right now about this Han Solo movie, because initially I didn't care about it. I didn't really want to see a Han Solo movie, so I wasn't excited about it until I saw the trailer. But then I thought, man, like, The Last Jedi was trash. So the people over at Lucasfilm thought it was a good idea to put this trash film out. How can I trust their decision making? And one of the things that kind of frustrates me now that I think about the Last Jedi is there were red flags that this movie was not going to be very good. And obviously the most obvious is having Mark Hamill, one of the stars of the film, come out and pretty much tell you that it's not very good, or at least the portrayal of Luke Skywalker is not that good. So but I think looking back on it, I remember there was an article, and it was one of the first things that I read about The Last Jedi, and at first I shrugged it off. I was like, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But it was an article talking about how Rian Johnson decided to move the scar on Kylo Ren's face. And like I said, if you watch the movie, it's not a big deal, but it was just why he decided to do it, right? And again, I'll have to paraphrase here because I don't have the article in front of me, but it was something along the line of, it just looks silly, right? So he decided to make a significant change to the aesthetics of the character solely because he just thought it looked silly, right? And it's kind of I know a lot of people saying J.J. Abrams and Ryan got a good dialogue going on, and I can't comment to that, but to have one director say, you know what the previous director did was just silly, kind of like a slap in the face, right? So when you see these red flags and you ignore them, and then now you see the movie and you like, oh, this movie is absolutely terrible. Maybe I should have saw this coming. I think back to, the situation with the Han Solo movie, right? Fired the director. They said it was supposed to be the previous guy was making it too much like Ace Ventura, and now Ron Howard's supposed to come in and save this thing, right? So now in my head, while I normally and would under most circumstances be really excited about this movie, now I'm in a position of like, how can I be excited about this film when these people at Lucasfilm have showed me that they don't understand how to make and I guess I can't say can't make, because obviously I love The Force Awakens and that was the Disney version, Kathleen Kennedy, whatever. But there were no red flags coming into that movie, right? There was no, oh, well, we're going to hire a guy and then we're firing him. Oh, we love the script. Oh, no, we got to reshoot it. You know what I'm saying? Even though there was some reshoot with Rogue One, and I thought that was pretty solid too. But the point being is, now The Last Jedi being so bad, in my opinion, and so many other Star Wars fans' opinion, how can we trust the decision making over at Lucasfilm to give us something that's quality, especially like I said, when we've seen these red flags? So I've seen red flags, and I've seen absolutely terrible, the first Star Wars movie that I absolutely cannot stand, I do not like. So that's why, and that's a clear example of how The Last Jedi is not hyperbole, is hyperbole, it's not an overreaction or exaggeration that that The Last Jedi really is killing is killing this brand, is ruining it, and I know I can't be the only one who's thinking like that about the new Solo movie, right? And I know a lot of old school fans complain and they don't like it because anything's new. And I've read a lot of the comments at the bottom of the Han Solo trailer, and a lot of people was, oh, this doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie. This is blah blah blah. This is that, and that. Speaking of a fan, I don't mind change, right? I don't mind evolution. This is not 1977. It's not 1980. It's not 1983, right? It's not even 99 and 2001 and 2003 when the prequels came out, right? We live in a different world. Things evolve. Things change. I'm all for change. I have no problem with it. But if you're going to change it, you had better change it for the better, and Rian Johnson did the exact opposite. That was not a change for the better. It was just a mess. I mean, every time I think about it, I kind of get angry, because it's just you wait 2 years for a project and then you see that and it's just like, man, I was excited. And you never get, you're not getting, I mean, I guess not at Disney's, they want to put out something every year, but the Star Wars Skywalker legacy was the brand that was the catalyst to this franchise, right? And to see it being ruined like this, it's disappointing. But back to why I even started video blogging, right? I still haven't gotten to my point. I actually feel like I can make a better movie than Rian Johnson, right? I guess that's not fair. I feel like if I was in the process of trying to decide how this movie was gonna go, I would have been the saving grace, I guess, if you want to say, not to pat myself on the back. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of fan fiction and redoing of The Last Jedi that's probably quality. I won't watch any of them because until I do mine, because I don't want to be influenced by anybody else's ideas or whatever. But hopefully I'll be able to do that in the next day or so, if anybody is even interested, because I got like 15 viewers on my last post. But anyway, I hope all this reaches you guys in good faith, and at the end of the day, it's just all entertainment. So Anyway, I'm out on this one, and if anybody who's said they were looking forward to this video, here it is. I hope you guys enjoy it. Bye.